Hey all, just wanted a quick video on a really exciting topic called ergonomics. Ergonomics is posture at the workplace, or spinal posture at the workplace. Now, clearly, businesses over many years and companies over the last, say, couple of decades have got better and better at investing in and thinking about having office workers at a much safer and more thought out environment when it comes to your desk setup. So where your computer is, where your hands are, how your spine is being looked after, even where your legs and feet are. Um, if we can ensure that those are all in their prime happy positions throughout the day, that's not causing undue stress on those areas. So that's been thought out. However, now a lot of us are working from home either more than usual or all the time. We're now away from that environment, which has been so improved so much. And so what it means is you need to now think about how you can improve your workplace at home or your work environment at home. Because I've definitely seen over the last few months that there has been more back injuries, more neck issues and pain, and this is all coming down to our changed workplace environment. And so if you're in this poor position at home all day, and then you go and train, the spine is unhappy. It hasn't been sitting where it was, so muscles are deactivated, discs are unsettled, and then you go to do a high intensity workout. Well, obviously you're at more chance of injury. You also may be waking up with sore neck and sore shoulders and whatever else, because once again things are out of whack and our spine doesn't like to be out of whack. So here's a few things you can do. Firstly, you just realize that we're not designed to sit. So you're sitting constantly for hours on end, we're going to have an issue there. And if you're sitting in a poor posture, then we're going to have massive issues. So remember that. So try to, as whenever you can, don't spend hour on hour sitting without break. Every hour, set a little alarm to get up and go for maybe a walk around the block, just so the body can reset, as opposed to just sitting it there and getting worse and worse throughout the day. So that's point number one. Point number two is where are you doing your work? If it's on a couch, big issue there. Couches are designed to sit back and relax and watch TV. They are not set to be in ideal posture. So you've really got to get off the couch. If you're in a dining room table, there's also issues there, which I'll go through. But generally what's happening there is everything's too low for you. And so we're getting issues where you're craning your neck forward, which has big issues there, because at the end, the weight of your head is being then carried by these muscles. If our head's in posture, everything's sitting linearly on top of each other, so there's minimal stress there. But as soon as we create that forward head posture, we're getting a lot of issues there. So really need to be conscious of that. So the bits I want you to think of, and obviously, first of all, you may want to approach your company or your workplace and say, hey, you've asked me now to work at home for until the end of the year or whatever it may be. So can I get some assistance in getting some ergonomic gear for home, whether it be a new chair, a new desk setup, or whatever it may be. So I think that's very much worth a question. But the things that you can do and you can be conscious of from day to day is firstly head position. So as I said, now my computer at the moment is at pretty much at eye height or just below. So that's important. If you're craning your head down to look down at your computer, big issue. So you've got to raise your computer up. If you've got a laptop, you can get equipment, little kind of raised platforms that lift up the laptop, which is great. So get you up to that close to that eye height position. You may then need a separate keyboard, but that's worth the investment. So really important that we get that head in posture. So you're looking here, which is sort of perpendicular to my spine. So that means that neck is not an issue. The secondly is the shoulders. So not only should they just be relaxed, but if my keyboard is too high or too low, I'm going to start to create an unhappy shoulder position. So that then leads up to my neck. It puts we're already prone to shoulder issues. So really be conscious that when I'm in my typing position, I've got pretty much a 90-degree angle at my arms. I'm able to relax my shoulder and my neck. And yes, I want to be that keyboard's nice and low, so not crouching me up. The lower back position. So regardless of what chair you're on, obviously there are better ones than others, but just make sure that you are in posture. So you're pushing your bum back into the base of the chair. You're not letting it slide forward where the lumbar spine is starting to curl under. So you just got to continue to check yourself. And that's why getting up and going for the regular walk will help you be able to do that, because if you're there for a long period of time, you'll slowly start to go into that lazy position. So bum back, and then also sit nice and tall. Be conscious of that again. To be in that posture the whole time. It's not a given, regardless of what chair you're in. You've got to be conscious of it. Your thigh position is important too. So if your chair is too low, and obviously some of the dining room chairs and stuff are too low. So if your feet are flat on the ground, and then your thigh, that's forcing your knees up, and so you've got a downward tilt of your thighs. That's also an issue too. So while you don't want pressure of the edge of the chair on your hamstrings, you do want to be feeling like there's an even spread of your weight throughout the thighs. So just make sure that you may need to put a pillow underneath you, so just get a little bit more height. So there's that there's a slight angle to your thighs, but not a great angle. And then also have your feet flat. Another thing to think of, make sure you're square, make sure you haven't got your laptop to one side. Everything should be directly in front of you, so you can stay in balance throughout. So that's really important. And sometimes, your desk setup might be incorrect, so make sure you focus on that and have your chair directly in line. And then also there's another option you can get. There's a company called, I think it's called Upright. Just check out Upright Posture on Google. And it's a little sensor you can get that basically sits in between your shoulder blades, and it gives a little vibration as soon as it senses that you lose posture. So you start to lose thoracic posture or head position, it'll give you a little buzz. And so once again, not that I'm trying to get you to spend more money, but it may be a good investment, because in this new environment, this new, posture is so important. So yeah, check it out, and it may be worth it, especially if you are getting some neck and lower back pain. All right, guys, send me a message if you got any specific questions, but other than that, be conscious of it, and hopefully we'll get through this with healthy spine.